or stays alive. If Conor Treacy wins or draws, he is through into the last 16, no matter what. If Dave McNamara wins, we're going to have a 6-red shootout to decide who qualifies for the last 16, as both players will be tied on 2 wins and a defeat apiece. It's the exact same scenario we had in last week's group. Carl Cope and Tom Cousins going the distance. And it was Tom Cousins on that occasion who won the match and also won the 6-red shootout. Those are the footsteps that Dave McNamara is trying to follow.
You might have to do it from behind though. This is just a lovely opening split for Conor. Half a shot to play in a minute, tracking from bottom right to the middle of the table. Doesn't really need to get that close to his next ball either. He'd love to get somewhere near the middle of the table, would be perfect. He may just accept line and not try and do too much.
Yeah, you couldn't blame him for doing that, that's for sure.
Come across underneath the 8 ball rather than get to the middle of the table. As long as he gets in line top right, he's fine. Yeah, that's lovely.
Really routine run through for Conor Treacy. Out of the pocket.
As to the brilliance of Tom, 3 straight from the break for Tom. So that's what Deej needs to look at.
Oh, very nearly a golden break to square things up immediately. How close was this?
I thought it was in.
Not that I think it will make too much difference, because these yellows are a dream.
Yeah, this may be the best split of the night, and we've seen a few good ones.
Yeah, it's about as dot to dot as you could go, really. It's completely logical.
Yeah, there's nothing to really think about, to be honest with you. I'm surprised he even walked around the table.
Sort of finish where if we ever had it where a break like that came out and there was 20 seconds left on the clock, that could be a world record split.
Yeah, that's the sort of split you need to take away Gareth Potts' record, is a split like that.
Yeah, potentially a really, really good group there. So I think it's fairly safe to say, oh, that was very nearly a golden duck, you know. Talk more about Group 3 later, I'm sure, but we're watching the replay here. Watch the 8 ball. Cue ball goes almost straight in off. Watch the 8 ball here. Gets a whack and then gets a save. Very, very dangerous times for Conor Treacy.
Yeah, this has got a slightly more work for David than the previous clearance, which was obviously dot to dot. He just has to find one positional shot onto the yellow left side of the 8 ball. But he's got the perfect ball to do it with. He actually had 2 perfect balls to do it with. I was thinking the left one handed the 2, he wasn't on it, so the right hand one does the job just as well. And now we're back into a fairly dot to dot scenario. Just got a little bit more traffic in the way than the previous frame, but it's marginal.
Yeah, this is more about minding your work rather than, you know, everything being wide open like it was in the previous frame.
Maybe run a touch more on that one than you wanted, because slightly hammered queuing.
He's all good.
He's got to get his line right. right here. I never really liked this yellow to the yellow that's left at the bottom. And this may all stem back to the first shot he played. Didn't try and do too much, just make sure of the pot, but that now means he's got traffic on this positional shot onto the 8 ball.
Yeah, wants to avoid these reds, which are forming a little bit of a minefield for the cue ball here to navigate.
I think the natural goes into them.
Or he'll need to manipulate. Whoa. Well, he either deliberately played for the 4-ball kiss, I don't think he did.
He thought he was sliding by, he was playing for the same pocket. He's fortunate enough to be on this 8 ball. It's not an easy one, but he's fortunate to have this.
Yeah, he's looking for the top right. You can see there it doesn't go to the middle. This is a tough shot.
Yeah, the main camera it doesn't look too bad, but this angle it does.
Brilliant pop. It was about sort of capitalising on that potential, and it's so difficult to do that with so many great players around. But he's not far off making that next step, you feel. It's a big one.
Yeah, it is a big one. He's right in that sort of... There's a lot of them in that sort of mid-rank, just outside the top echelon, that are all looking to try and make that breakthrough into the absolute top tier. That's where he's trying to get to, and he's been in 2 Pro Series finals, and he really is getting close to big things with Ultimate Pool.
Trying to throw everything at that to bust open that red on the right side, and it just feels like Dave is digging a bit here. He needs to find a route.
Well, if he's going to play the red to top right to play into the ball that's tied up, he's got very little margin of error to get the angle, but then he has to land on the ball that he's playing into that's guarded by 2 yellows. This is very much digging. Super odds against right now. He decides to go into it from there, which is better, but it's still not going to be enough.
Oh.
There's an argument for me to say once he doesn't get the breakout first shot, he's got some equity in the frame. Pull back, win a safety battle.
He's taking this on, you know. He's looking for the thin cut, breaks into it again. Oh, it's a great effort. Oh, he was not far away. He was not far away. Knew he'd have the cannon. It was all about could he get the pot. It was all eyes on that middle pocket. Didn't quite have the line. Had the pace. Played the pace perfectly.
Let's see how Conor goes about this. Yellow off red, open up the pocket. Maybe doesn't have to though. He could just pot it clean, come down the table, and see what he does. The only reason I was thinking about potentially not doing that is that if he could have got to the bottom of the table, it was a very easy loss of turn, and he could have got a snooker in the same time, and it would have opened up a ball or 2 at the same time as playing it. Now he's sort of in a situation where he's going to go and try and make the counter clearance, but he has to get it.
I suppose the question for moving the red there would be, you know, are you going to use that pocket? If not, maybe keep it as insurance for that shot if something maybe runs awry. Maybe, well, if that was his plan, to use the breakout shot on that yellow, then of course that middle pocket does come into play, so useful enough, although he's not going to use it, of course, now. A little bit further north.
Just the way the majority of players think now. They've just got utter belief that they're going to make clearances, and I looked at the layout that he's come to the table in and saw 3 on the left-hand side in a line, 1 on the right-hand side. No good ball to get there, really, although he's perfectly on it as he is now.
Cool.
He's left a hand. This is poor.
How would you like your cue in here? This is miserable.
And it may be worse than that, because if he takes this and the natural's getting him behind the red and not on the 8 ball, then it makes it even worse. He might make the pot and not be on the 8.
Pot goes in. Is he on the 8 ball? It's tight.
I think he's on it to the top right. I don't think he's on it into the middle. He might be able to just bend it.
He had to. Oh, good clearance from Conor Treacy in the end. Had to arc it around the reds. Not many who had a better 2023. Just an extraordinary performance. First 4 Challenger tournaments of the season. Bear in mind, there is, what, near 300 players?
On any given weekend, yeah.
On any given weekend, so near 300 player comps. And he went from event 2, final win-win, which is an absolutely absurd amount of consistency in a field that couldn't be more volatile. Races to sixes, over 280 players in each competition. There's a very good argument to say that back-to-back weekend that he achieved is the best thing anyone's ever done in Ultimate Pools. I know plenty who think that way.
Yeah, it could be. Tom winning both on the same weekend as well, in the pro ranks. But Deej had the perfect layout here to get himself back in front, and he's caused himself a major headache straight away. This match just feels like it could be getting away from him.
Yep. He did joke earlier on that there's something about this competition that means he forgets to play position. I mean, that was creative.
What does Conor do this time? I think I can make the case for going this time more than the previous one, actually. Yeah, I think they're all there this time. He'd love to have been a little bit straight on the one to right centre and gone that way straight away. Might go left centre, then right centre.
5.5 minutes to play. Conor Treacy wins this. Dave McNamara must win the next 2 frames.
Decides to come across for this one straight away. The reason I said straighter to right centre, I was thinking if he was straighter, he could drop in, play on the left hand, one of the 2 together, and then map out the finish. But he wants to get this one out the way, and then he can mind his work from here. That's nice. Huge visit for Conor here, isn't it? If he gets himself out at this visit, he's going to be 3-2 up in a match he just has to avoid defeat in, and there's going to be less than 4 minutes on the clock. He would be half a step, if not more, into the second stage.
Still going.
Yeah,
now the key shot.
Yeah, this is nice. Just short of the straight. Just allows him just to drop this one in, punch out the white. Wow.
No.
Wow, that was the shot, wasn't it? Oh, he's just come far enough that he's not left Deej a pot, but Deej should be thrilled that he's got to the table. He can clip the one at the bottom in. Does he try and find a snooker, or... No, I think it's the snooker off the one at the bottom here. He's got to get this right, though.
I think he has, just.
I think he's left a red. I think he's left the plant. A little bit unfortunate for Deej. That was a good effort.
What's he going to leave? Well, another twist.
If it's touching ball, it's half a chance for Conor. It's not touching ball. I was going to say it was half. Well, it was touching ball. Excuse me. He was trying to feather off it. He was hoping not to leave anything on, and he has.
Oh, it's all happening.
Drama.
It's all happening. And now Conor Treacy has got to pull one out here. This is a tough shot. And that is a clutch pot. Goodness me. In such a crucial frame as well. The pendulum swung back and forth. And now Conor Treacy has got to make a 6.5 foot 8 ball hit. How
big is this 8-ball?
Oh, enormous. For 1 foot in the last 16. Oh, I was going to say never in doubt. Not sure about that, but in it goes. So he's not reliant on golden breaks or anything here, although that would be nice. Needs a ball. Oh, that's the worst possible case scenario. Although I think that red just brushing up to the cue ball has maybe bought him half a chance in this frame, because I think Conor now will have to go yellows. Maybe not the colour set he would have taken.
Reds are definitely the colour set, but yellows aren't bad.
Yeah.
Especially when you're running clock.
Tricky first shot. Played it well.
Yeah, and normally you'd be slightly annoyed because you've knocked the yellow safe. But when you're running clock, I suppose he hasn't landed on the next ball, so...
Yeah, he does still need a pot. That's the only problem. I think he's got one.
But at least he's knocked a red safe.
Don't go in off. Right then, Dave McNamara. You have 1 minute and 20 seconds. You need 2 frames. These need to go, and these need to go quickly. Just rushed too much, and that will cost him.
Yeah, it's because he doesn't have the next break. You know, that had to be a 15. He had to leave. Sorry, that had to be a 25-second clearance to leave just enough time for the reverse clearance, and it just forces you to rush too much.
Yeah, Conor Treacy right now is a man who will absolutely not be rushed. Well, what a start to a pro career for Conor Treacy with Ultimate Pool. One of the players of the season in any of the series last year, whether it be pro, challenger or women's. Not many won more than Conor Treacy. What a start to life in the pros, with qualification through to the last 16 of the Champions League. Dave McNamara is going to try and keep him honest. You know, fair play to Deej here. Rapid reverse clearance coming in. And he's going to make Conor earn it with 1 more break, I think. Won't quite get there. And Dave concedes. That will do it. Conor Treacy has made the dream start to life as an Ultimate Pool professional. What a victory for him tonight. 3 wins from 3, and he is through to the last 16 of the Ultimate Pool Champions League. We'll hear from him in just a moment.